A life is a journey, isn't it? Each of us sets out on our own path, sometimes with a clear destination in mind, and other times simply following where our feet take us. Along the way, we encounter moments of beauty and wonder, but also times of uncertainty and challenge. And just like any journey, it's bound to have its share of twists and turns. The road ahead is rarely straight, and often we find ourselves navigating unexpected detours or obstacles that test our resolve. We face mountains that seem insurmountable, valleys that cast shadows of doubt, and sometimes we find ourselves wandering through what feels like a desolate wilderness. These are the moments when the path grows unclear, and our confidence wavers. It's in these moments when we stumble and fall that discouragement whispers its tempting lies, urging us to give up. The silence of the wilderness can feel overwhelming, making us question our purpose and direction. But what if I told you that even in the wilderness, even amidst the brokenness, there's a wellspring of hope? Sometimes it's hidden just beneath the surface, waiting to be discovered when we least expect it. What if I told you that God's love, like a resilient wildflower, can bloom even in the most unlikely of places? Even in the harshest conditions, life finds a way to break through, reminding us that hope is never truly lost. We often find solace and guidance in the stories passed down through generations. These stories become our companions, offering wisdom and comfort when we need it most. The ancient text of Genesis, with its raw portrayal of human struggle and divine grace, offers us a powerful example of hope, even when faced with our deepest failings. In its pages, we see that even in our wilderness, we are never truly alone. Genesis chapter 3 paints a vivid picture of the first humans, Adam and Eve, dwelling in the paradise of Eden. This was a place unlike any other, a sanctuary where every need was met and harmony reigned between humanity, nature, and the Creator. The air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers, and the gentle rustle of leaves whispered peace. God had entrusted them with a beautiful garden, a sanctuary of peace and abundance. Every tree was theirs to enjoy, every creature a companion, and every day a gift. In this perfect world, Adam and Eve walked with God, free from fear or shame. Yet, tempted by the serpent's cunning words, they disobeyed God's one command, taking a bite of the forbidden fruit. The serpent sowed seeds of doubt, convincing them that wisdom and power could be theirs if only they reached beyond the boundaries set for their good. This act, driven by a desire for knowledge beyond their understanding, shattered the harmony of Eden. In that single moment, innocence was lost, and the world was forever changed. The garden, once a place of perfect unity, became a place of brokenness. The consequences were swift and severe. Darkness crept into the light, and the peace they had known was replaced by uncertainty and pain. Shame cast its shadow upon their hearts, their innocence lost. They saw themselves and each other differently, burdened by guilt and regret. They were banished from the garden, forced to confront the harsh realities of a world tainted by sin. The comfort of Eden was replaced by toil, struggle, and longing for what was lost. The story of Adam and Eve is our story. It echoes through generations, reminding us of our own choices, our own moments of weakness, and our shared longing for redemption. It's the story of humanity's inherent vulnerability to temptation, our capacity for missteps, and the profound consequences that often follow. Yet it also speaks to our resilience and our search for meaning, even in the face of loss. But even in this tale of failure, a glimmer of hope persists. The story hints at the possibility of restoration, of grace, and of a future where brokenness can be healed. While Genesis chapter 3 doesn't shy away from the repercussions of disobedience, it also reveals a God who doesn't abandon his creation, even in their brokenness. Even as God meted out consequences, he also provided for Adam and Eve. He clothed them, shielding them from the elements. This seemingly small act speaks volumes about the nature of God's love, a love that doesn't waver in the face of our failings. Think of a gardener who, upon discovering a blight in his garden, doesn't abandon the entire plot. Instead, he carefully removes the infected plants, nurtures the soil, and patiently waits for new life to emerge. This is a glimpse into the heart of our Creator. He doesn't abandon us in our moments of weakness. He doesn't revoke his love when we stumble. Look around you. What do you see? The world is alive with stories of survival and transformation, if only we pause to notice them. The natural world is brimming with examples of resilience, of life emerging from seemingly impossible circumstances. Flowers bloom in the cracks of city sidewalks, and wild plants take root in the most unlikely places, reminding us that hope can flourish anywhere. A tiny seed, buried in the cold, hard ground, possesses within it the remarkable ability to push through the darkness and reach for the sun. Against all odds, it breaks through the soil, drawn by the promise of light and warmth above. Consider the mighty oak, standing tall despite the storms it has weathered. Year after year, it endures fierce winds and heavy rains, yet it remains rooted and strong, a symbol of unwavering perseverance. Its gnarled branches and weathered bark tell a story of endurance, of overcoming the elements time and time again. Each scar and twist in its trunk is a testament to the challenges it has faced and the strength it has gained. Even after the harshest winter, when all seems barren and lifeless, spring inevitably arrives, painting the landscape with vibrant hues of rebirth. The earth awakens, and what once appeared lost is transformed into a celebration of new beginnings. These natural wonders serve as powerful metaphors for our own journeys of faith. Just as nature finds a way to heal and renew, so too can we find strength to rise again after setbacks. They remind us that even after the harshest storms, even when we feel buried under the weight of our mistakes, the potential for growth and renewal remains. Within each of us lies the same resilience, the same capacity to begin anew, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. So, my friend, if you find yourself wandering through a season of difficulty, if you're grappling with the consequences of past mistakes, take heart. You are not defined by your failings. The God who spoke life into being, who breathed the air into your lungs, yearns to lift you from the ashes of despair and set your feet upon a path of hope. His love is a constant, an unyielding force that pursues us even when we stray. He offers forgiveness as a gift, a balm to soothe our wounded souls. He extends grace like a lifeline, pulling us from the depths of our despair. The story of Genesis chapter 3, though filled with heartache and consequences, ultimately points us to a God whose plans are not thwarted by human error. It reminds us that His love is a force more powerful than any storm we may face. So, dear reader, embrace the truth that your story is far from over. Choose to trust in the one who holds the pen, who sees not just the chapters of your past, but the blank pages of your future, brimming with possibility. Embrace the hope that springs eternal, the promise of new beginnings, and the unwavering love of a God who never gives up on His children.